What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Counter-Strike Go edition of our esports breakdown. This is Hold the Door DFS. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you get notified right when we come out with all of our content. We just had PGA posted. We have soccer posted. You can check out my Counter-Strike Go content for today's slate because there's still 3 matches to go. We have a late slate and a showdown. We have core plays in our esports Discord channel, which is currently free. I will put the links below. But today we are going to cover the PAL slate that is now listed on DK that locks at 12 a.m. Central Time. What I really like about these slates is I think they're less covered and less looked into real closely by a lot of the sharp players. So we see just some more casual players or less people that are really delved into the content. So I'm pretty pumped about these kind of off the shore slates here. And this one being an Asian slate. So we get some of the teams that we're familiar with. I will go ahead and start with the odds per usual. And then we'll talk in some builds. And I have some of my favorite locks of the slate already locked in. So if you just keep listening, you'll figure out where I'm starting with my builds. And it will be pretty easy to go from there, especially in cash. So let's go ahead and get to the odds here first. Typically, I use Bovada, but today I'm going to be at gg.bet. Thank you, gg.bet, just because they do tend to have some of these other contests that might not be so popular, always listed at gg.bet. So we had Lucid, Dream, and Beyond as our first matchup. Beyond is a -189 favorite. It's a decent favorite. It's nothing, that you have to 3-stack Beyond. But I think in a 2-game slate, you're typically targeting the favorites. A lot of times people build 3-3, so you don't have that negative correlation of playing that one-off against a 2-man stack that you might have for the other team. And then we go down here below. Bren against Mazzali. That's my best try at pronouncing that, is listed at Brent is a -213 favorite. So we will, and I have the HLTVs brought up for these teams. We're going to go a little bit more in depth with the players just because it's not players that we're necessarily familiar with. So let's hop over to our lineup builder. And we are going to start, as always, we're going to start by looking at the first game and the favored team. So Lucid and Beyond, just off the bat, you see that we're pretty underpriced here for the favorite on Beyond. Olivia has clearly been their best player in the recent form. This is the last 3 months with a 0.75 kills per round. But also, if we go to the last 39 maps that this group has played together, it's and I have tried to look at a bigger sample size, but they've kind of mixed up their team so much that there's not really like a core that's played super long together. But Olivia at +130 kill the death differential is massive. And he is my lock of the slate. He is my #1 cash play at 7,400. Easily can play him in the captain role with major upside. QQ God coming in as their second best player. And he has sporting a 0.72 kill per round. The 0.7 death per round is a little bit concerning just in a larger scheme of things. If he's taking deaths that often, he's not likely to get as many 4-kill rounds, clutch plays, things like that. That's kind of where I find some of that. And the rest of these 3, Marrolls is at a 0.62 kill per round and 0.68 death per round. And then STK is also at a negative. So we have KNTS, who is slightly positive. And if we look here, back here, he is listed as kind of our third best play. So what I see with that, potentially our third best play is our cheapest play for Beyond. So I think that he is definitely value at 6,400 compared to these 2 players. But again, a lot of this pricing, and if you just look at this, is mostly based on their fantasy points per game rather than their underlying statistics. So lock in Olivia, probably lock in QQ God as well. And that is a great starting place for cash games tomorrow. On the Lucid Dream side, PTC is going to be the most expensive player, and he does have some really nice underlying statistics here. But Leaf is new to the team, I believe, recently. And he's awful, if you can see. A lot of these guys are sporting. Fox is a little bit above average or above in the positive, but PTC would be your one target. And Fox is priced at 8K. It just says underdogs here. There's not somebody that I'm looking to target, especially when they're overpriced. The pricing should almost be opposite, in my opinion. All right, let's move over to the next game here. I'm going to get rid of these tabs. So we have Bren coming in as a minus 200, 215 favorite almost. So they are the team that I like the most here. I mean, I do like the prices on Beyond quite a bit, but I think you'll notice the prices are a little bit more appropriate here for Bren. So this is where you'll be spending more of your cash. So let's go to our statistics first. Now, this is kind of interesting. I did take out, who did I take out? JA, I think. Yeah, I took out JA because it just gave me a larger sample size of their performance. And as you can see, Wits at plus 510 when these four players play together. Papashulo plus 305. These two are clearly the top two fraggers on the team, and they're priced appropriately, just like that. Now the next difference, I think you see Pro here at plus 88, which I do like in this as at 5,200. I think it'll be easy to get him in, and he can be a value play. But I'm just going to go back and show you how I get to this point, and then we can see what JA has done with this group. So I'm going to go to matches. I'm going to scroll down here to Bren. This is called the Perfect World Asia League Summer 2020. So let's go to Bren. And we are going to go to stats. We are going to go to all stats for Bren. And then we're going to replace with the context lineup. Yeah, so he's only played 19 maps with this group of players. And in that time, he's been slightly above average. But let's just go and look at his statistics long term, just to see kind of where he fits in. So all time, he's sporting an even 1.0 kill to death ratio. In the last 3 months, he's slightly better than that. Last 6 months, similar. So, I mean, he's definitely not jumping off the page as somebody that I'm just like, clearly should be the third price player. I think Pro I prefer over JA. And then even if we go back now to the 19 maps that these have played together. So this is kind of interesting because Pro has actually played a lot worse when JA has been there, and that could be a really small sample size, and maybe that's what the DK pricing is basing it off of. But a 1.01 kill to death ratio. Let's look at last 3 months for him, for Pro here. Yeah, so actually, he's and that's even worse in the 3 months. So let's go to 6 months. A little bit better. So I do think that we are actually seeing in the last month, quite an impact from JA joining the team. So maybe Pro is not really as much of a lock and load as you would see based on the statistics when JA wasn't on the team. So I do think that that's kind of why you got to kind of dig around and not just look at the right here is where most people are looking. Because if I look at Pro here, he's pretty bad. 0.56 kills per round, 0.66 kills per round in the last 3 months, where JA is sporting a much better. So I think the pricing is definitely more appropriate, and I think Pro and Derek are fine to punt with, but I think I do prefer the top three here for Brent. On the other side of the server, we have Zilkenberg is not even at a positive kill to death ratio in the last 3 months. but is priced at whopping 8,800. So that is an easy pass for me. Tisogo is also negative. Again, I'm just fading. I'm not playing them. So your building blocks are pretty obvious here. I think there's a lot of ways that you can differentiate your captain spot and choose which player you're going to punt with on Bren. But hopefully this helps give you an idea of a good starting spot for a slate that will be less popular to the public and give us more edge in cash games and GPP. So hope you enjoyed. Again, hit that subscribe button, like, the comments, everything helps out. It pushes that video out even more. So we like to grow the sport, grow the content. I appreciate you guys listening. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's Counter-Strike Go slate, and we should have an AFL showdown slate coming up for Thursday morning. I'll likely get it posted tonight or tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for our projections from our mega ruler, and we will be looking to cash in that slate as well. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys listening. Have a good day.